What's up, YouTube? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and this is my review of the Marvel Avengers RC Rollover Rumbler. And it says 2 times the RC action. And this is the vehicle here. What it is it's just a vehicle that basically flips over. And one side you have Captain America's theme there. As you can see Cap up in there and, and the sticker there in the window. And then when it flips over, it's Iron Man's theme. And you can see Iron Man's in there, whatnot. Pretty cool for a kid. Awesome little vehicle. This thing does have a little bit of speed and power. A lot of torque in it. It sort of reminds me of the Lishy Toys L6055. The controls are the same, just like that. Of course, the L6055 is a little more high end than this thing is. This is for a kid for sure. It says 4+, ages 4 and up. But this thing runs pretty well. It runs kind of nice, and it flips over. It does just like the L6055, where it flips over and it automatically detects which side is up, and so it'll always go forward. You can see Captain America's shield there in the front. But this thing takes 10 batteries in all. It takes 8 AA batteries in the vehicle, and it takes 2 AA batteries in the transmitter here. It is 2.4 gigahertz, so that's a plus. And it says multi-function, but I don't know what they mean by that. This thing doesn't do anything except run and flip. Well, the flip over feature, I guess that's what they're talking about. But it doesn't do anything other than just run and flip over. And it doesn't have, I would say it has as much torque as the L6055 does, but this thing is more heavy than the L6055, so it's not going to flip over this way. Instead, this uses very quick, sharp turns to flip over, so it uses its speed and momentum to cause it to flip over. When you hit a sharp turn, it'll go like that and roll over, and then it'll be running on this side. And you can back up, you can go in reverse. And the transmitter, there's no lights on here whatsoever on the actual vehicle. The transmitter just has this battery indicator light to let you know when you turn it on. And the controls are just all or nothing. No proportional steering or controls on this at all. Now, when the turns are done with this right stick here, and it doesn't go up, so you can only do turns with this side, and you can only go forward or backwards with this side. It seems like it goes faster backwards for some reason. And if you just hit a turn, if you hit the right stick to the side, either side, without pushing forward or backwards, it'll still go forward and do a turn just like the Lishy Toys L6055 does. And but of course it goes faster when you press on the stick here, the throttle or the driving stick. When you press that forward, it'll go forward faster, and you pull it back and it'll go in reverse. And while you're reversing, you can hit the sides on this one to make it turn, and while it's going backwards. And that's essentially how you make it flip over. When you're running it forward, you just hit a side on this stick here, and it'll make it do a really sharp turn, and it'll cause it to flip over. It looks kind of cool sometimes when you're running it, and sometimes you can hit a turn and it won't flip all the way over. Sometimes it'll just turn and it'll be up on 2 wheels like that running. Pretty awesome the way it looks when it's running. I think a kid would love this. I know my son's want to love it. He didn't see it yet. I wanted to get this review of it out the way. I ran it a little while before he gets to see it. I like to run his little RCs before you get to see it, because my son, he throws things down the steps and he's really rough on his RCs. But this thing seems like it's pretty durable. It seems pretty rough. I let him play with my L6055, and he broke that within a day. And I had to get another one. So I got him this thing. This thing seems like it'll hold out. Really heavy, bulky. There's no little parts protruding or anything that he can crash and break off. So I think this is probably the first RC car that he probably won't break, because this thing, I have crashed it into things just in the house though, and it seems like a tank. This thing runs like a tank too. I would recommend getting rechargeable batteries for this, just because of I think that it'll kill the batteries really quick, and it could get expensive buying 8 batteries for this thing. Or maybe you can probably do a lipo, a mod to this, but I think that's a bit much for a kid. Unless you're thinking about keeping this for yourself, you can probably mod this to take a 3S battery. And the on and off switch is here on Captain America's side there. Now I did have one incident where I was running it and I flipped it over, and I must have rolled over something and it hit the on and off switch and just turned it off. But you only have to worry about that on Captain America's side, and I think that might have been a very rare incident that happened. Pretty fun little vehicle for a kid, I think. So let's go check out some running footage of it. Oh, before that, it does come with an instructions manual, which is just a fold-out piece of paper explaining how to insert the batteries and how to run it. But it's really not that difficult at all. The transmitter, none of these things do anything. These are fake buttons up here. Just the control sticks is all that you have to worry about with this thing. So let's go check it out in some running outside. Let's take this thing for a run, see what it does. Oh, finally got to tip over.